what's good? Alright, it's a podcast day, baby. Woo! Alright. Not a message I care about. Alright, so, thank y'all for tuning in.
You want your sign?
No, right now. So, thank y'all for tuning in. We're excited for this week. We got some good news and some great news. So, let's start with the basketball segment. Utah Jazz 4th in the Northwest, 27-32. They lost to Atlanta Hawks at away, 124-97. My player to game that game will be Colin Sexton with 22 points, 6 steals, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. How about you? My young Padawan.
I'm to go with Keontae George, 14 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. They need to step up their game.
I don't see.
14 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound.
Dope. So let's go then. So at least they aren't on the losing streak. Well, I mean, I guess they started one, but last week they were on the 4-game losing streak. They're not on that anymore, so that's good. That is good. Their schedule ahead of next podcast. They play tonight at Orlando at 5 p.m. They play on Saturday at Orlando at 3 p.m. Not at Miami, not Orlando again, at Miami. And they play. I have to answer this. We are gonna be right back. Alright, guys. Guys, sorry about that. That was an important call to answer. Continuing, we got Monday, March 4th at home versus Washington at 7 p.m. Wednesday versus Chicago at 7 p.m. at home.
They got the win in Chicago.
Not necessarily. So yeah, that's good there. Now is the number 18 Utah women's number 18 in the country Utah women's basketball team. They're 20-8, and 5th in the Pac-12. They beat the number 7 USC Trojans 74-68. My player to game that game will be good old Pilly.
Noise.
Yeah, I think it's Alyssa Pilly, right? Something like that. She had 23 points. She had 2 steals, 1 assist, 9 rebounds. So, pretty good game there.
McQueen, 14 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. She totally gets out of her. Shout out McQueen still.
Yeah, facts. It's Kennedy McQueen, bro.
That's like a sick last name.
That really is, though. McQueen. I really like that, though. Like, that's a dope last name.
Ciao.
Yeah, that's. We have no honorable mentions for that one either. Their schedule ahead of next podcast. They'll be playing today at home versus Washington State at 3 p.m. on Pac-12 Network. and they'll be playing on Saturday versus Washington at home at 12 p.m. And that's the end of the regular season. So, yeah. Moving on to the unranked now, actually, sadly. BYU men's basketball team. They are 20-8, 5th in the Big 12. They just beat number 7 Kansas Jayhawks at the the Allen Fieldhouse. So the fog got fogged. Let's go! Woo!
76-68.
Yep, it was 76-68. BYU showed them what was up. My play of the game will be good old off the bench Jackson Robinson. No. Are you mad?
No, I haven't looked at it yet, so.
Jackson Robinson's goated. So. Yeah, he has scored 18 points. He got 3 rebounds. He was a huge momentum swinger in that game, so while down hauling Trevor Noah on the bench with 4 fouls. He swung momentum and it was good. So, how about you?
Oh, man.
I know who you're picking.
I'm going to have to go with Down Hall, 18 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds.
Yes, sir.
Glad they won that game.
Yes, sir. It was dope. Alright, their schedule ahead of the next podcast. I'll be playing on Saturday at home versus TCU. I'll be at that game. It'll be on ESPN Plus and the Big 12 Network. And they'll be playing next Wednesday at number 8 Iowa State at 6 p.m. on the Big 12 Network and ESPN Plus. So yeah, there's that. Would you stop? You freaking buffets. Okay, what's playing right now? You know what? It doesn't even matter right now, okay? What's that play? Next up is Utah men's basketball. They're 16-11, 7th in the Pac-12. They just lost to Colorado, 89. Whatever.
You could probably just click mute.
I could. Yeah, so they lost to Colorado 89-65. Dope. I guess. My player of the game that game will be Madsen. Good old Gabe Madsen. It is?
Yeah.
That's weird. ESPN's being weird, y'all. And he had 18 points. He had 1 assist and 4 rebounds. How about you?
Brandon Carlson, I guess 6 points, 1 assist, and 6 rebounds.
Brandon Carlson?
Yes.
Dope. Yeah. The schedule ahead of next podcast is today they'll be playing at home versus Stanford at 6:30 p.m. on the Pac-12 Network. They'll be playing Saturday versus California at home at 7 p.m. at the Pac-12 Network. And that's all.
We're nearing the end of the season.
Yes, we are. We are nearing the end of the season. It's gonna be sad, but whatever. Moving on to the BYU women's basketball team. They're 16-14, 9th in the Big 12. They just beat Houston 64-54. I was there. It was goated. Yeah.
Josh Smiler.
Shout out to Lauren Gusson and Kaylee Smiler for having incredible careers at BYU. My player of the game will be Lauren Guston with 19 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 17 rebounds. So, let's go with. How about you, young Hannibal?
Amari Whiting, 10 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds.
Dope.
Definitely balled out that game.
Yeah. I have two honorable mentions. We're gonna start with Kaylee Woolston. She balled out that first half, man. She started that 8-0 run to start the game, caused a really quick timeout. She ended the game with 16 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, so it was pretty good. You know what's coming after this.
Yes, I do.
And my second honorable mention's good old Lauren Davenport. She scored 9 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. She had some flashy passes that game.
Some no-look passes were insane.
Yeah, it was pretty great. So it was fun to watch. It was on our side of the court. We saw it, so it was dope. All right, moving on to the schedule. Last game of the season will be on Saturday. Last game of the regular season, it'll be on Saturday. We're playing at number 3 Texas.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
It'll be at 6 p.m. on Longhorn Network. I hope it's on ESPN Plus too, as well, dude. Cause I gotta watch that. You know what? Let's see if it's there. I'll let you. We're gonna do this old-fashioned way, and we're gonna let y'all know if it's on there on ESPN Plus too. It doesn't say if it is, but we're about to find out. I'm just gonna search up ESPN, and then search it from there. Search BYU
Women's basketball.
women's. And they'll be playing Texas. Is there a way to watch it? Looks like not. I might have to see if. I'll give you guys information if you want to watch it on Longhorn Network. Let's see if it's free. Shall we? Huh?
Probably not.
If it's not, then that's dumb. Wait, Longhorn Network videos. I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out.
Anywho,
that's it for that. Stop. Oh wait, someone texted me. No, we're good. Anyways, moving on to the Utah State women's basketball team. They ended a losing streak again, and
Good
they started it.
oh, that's bad.
They are 5-23, last in the Mountain West. They just lost to Air Force, 85-46. My player of the game will be, what the fetch, Eddie? I freaking love you, but stop sending reels right now. My player of the game will be Cheyenne Stubbs. Cheyenne Stubbs. And she had 11 points, and that was the highest scorer. She had 1 steal, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. So, how about you?
Macy Smith. 7 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Right, how do you spell Macy Smith? We're writing these down because we're going to start making highlights to put them in too. So,
Keep an eye out for that.
yeah.
She's 5'10".
We're going to have to start like figuring out a player game before, so I don't have to do this. I just thought of that. Anyways, the good old women's basketball team needs to fix it.
Next season.
Next season, yep. They have 1 more game left in the season, and they're gonna go to the the Mountain West tournament, but they're gonna lose first round. But they'll be playing. It'll be funny if they win the whole Mountain West and go to the March Madness, because whoever's the champion in Mountain West is automatically in the March Madness.
That'd be so funny.
That'll be hilarious. Alright, they'll be playing on Tuesday versus number 24 UNLV.
Woo!
Alright, moving on to the Utah State men's basketball team. They are 23-5, first in the Mountain West. They just beat Fresno State in overtime 77-73. My player of the game that game will be Great Osborne. So that's dope.
That's a cool person.
Yeah, he's gonna be great.
Noise.
What?
Noise.
What's noise?
I have no idea.
He scored 21 points. He had 3 steals, 2 assists, and 11 rebounds. So that's a double-double right there. Let's go. Toby?
Mason Fauslip. I think that's how you say his name. 15 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds.
There we go. Alright. That's it for the basketball segment today. Wait, never mind, it's not. We have to give you the schedule. The schedule ahead is they play tomorrow versus Air Force at 9 p.m. on FS1. They play Wednesday at San Jose State at 8:30 on CBS.
CBS Network.
Okay, now that's it for the basketball segment. We'll move on to the advice segment now. Life's good, but it's not fair. The delusion that life's supposed to be fair is a source of much unhappiness. Life's not fair. It really isn't, but you just gotta work around it and figure things out. So.
Mine's be someone's strength, be someone's inspiration, be someone's reason to never give up.
Facts! You know who you are if you're watching this.
Please watch this. Hopefully.
Soccer segment would be next, but that starts in August, so that's still a no-no. Moving on to the random fact segment, we got Mount Everest is actually pronounced Everest, not Everest, as it is named after George Everest.
So,
We've been saying it wrong our whole lives.
Everest instead of Everest.
Yes, Everest. That's wacky. That's wacky. Oh, of course you forgot.
Yeah, and I totally forget.
I said it out loud too.
The thing is this one. I had it before you came. I don't know how to do it. Anywho, avocados are not vegetables. Probably everyone knew that.
Yeah, probably. Moving on to the baseball segment. Salt Lake Bees start March 29th. BYU is 2-5. They lost to UC Davis 9-5. I played a game that game. Will be
Stubbs.
It'll be Stop, Eddie. I have to watch him later. Love you, Eddie. The center fielder, Hertzman Breiker, he had 2 RBIs, and so that's pretty good. Breiker Hertzman, so. Alright, how about you? Do you want pitcher or hitter?
Do pitcher. Dale Condon? Camden?
Camden Dale.
Camden Dale.
Oh, so, yeah, Camden Dale.
Camden Dale.
Yes, sir. And, yeah, he pitched 3.1 innings. He allowed 5 hits, allowed 7 runs. That's where you played a game.
Yeah.
5 errors, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Alright, dope. Their schedule ahead of next podcast. They play today at home against Gonzaga at 3 p.m. They play at home against Gonzaga on Friday at 3 p.m. And they play at home against Gonzaga on Saturday at 1 p.m.
Dang.
And then they play on Tuesday at UNLV at 3:05 p.m. in Las Vegas. And that's all for that. Moving on to the Utah baseball team. They are 7-1 on the year, balling out right now. My player of the game will be a pitcher this time. They beat the San Diego State 11-5.
Dang.
So
That's a pretty high score in baseball.
yeah. So my player of the game will be. It will be Jackson Elder. So he pitched 2.1 innings. So Jackson Elder. He allowed literally 1 hit in his 2.1 innings, 0 runs, 0 errors, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts,
Jeez.
7 at bats. So, do you want a hitter or batter?
I'll do batter this. Yeah, batter this time. Oh, goody.
There's the RBIs right here.
Michael
Michael Deviney.
Michael DeVinny.
Dope.
Michael Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Say less.
Say less. Wait, it's Deviney, right? Deviney. Yeah. Anyway, so he since he doesn't really remember how to look things up, I have to say his stats. He had 5 at bats, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 strikeout. So
Nice.
the schedule ahead of our next podcast. They'll be playing tomorrow at Cal Poly at 7 p.m. They'll be playing Saturday at Cal Poly at 5 p.m. They'll be playing Sunday at Cal Poly at 2 p.m. They'll be playing Tuesday at Santa Clara at 7 p.m. And that's all. Alright.
All right.
That is it for the baseball segment. Moving on to the quote segment. Keep calm and carry on. Winston Churchill. Just keep calm and you will be good. Okay? Okay.
Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Albert Einstein. Smart dude right there.
Yes. Moving on to the hockey segment. They are 24. The Utah Grizzlies are 24-28. 164 goals scored this year. 188 scored against them. They lost 1-3. So yeah, yesterday. And so the schedule ahead of the next podcast, they'll be playing Idaho at 7:10 p.m. on Saturday against Idaho at 7:10 p.m. On Sunday they'll be playing KC. Wait. Oh, that's still Thursday. Never mind. That's all actually. So they confusing. Anyways, that's all for the hockey segment. Joke of the day. If April showers brings Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims?
How do celebrities keep cool? They have many fans.
Alright, football segment will be next, but it hasn't started. But spring football has started. We will call you back later, Quinn. It's almost over, so. What? Yeah.
How rude of you hanging up on Quinn.
But yeah, so that's that. Spring football started today, so. Moving on to the short stories. Classroom chaos is mine. So in 8th grade, I used to read during class a lot. At the time, I was reading an Artemis Fowl book. And for some reason, I had 2 copies of the same book. So one day in my English class, we were reading this other book, which I had already finished reading 3 days earlier. I was reading my own book, and when it was finally my turn to read, I had no idea where we were. So the teacher took my book away. I found a spot, read the part, and passed it to the next person to start reading. So after I read my part, I took out my second copy of Artemis and picked up right where I left off. Skip a few minutes ahead, it gets back to my turn to read. So again, I don't know where we were. So the teacher takes a look at me, sees the book in my hand, and goes back to her desk, obviously confused for a second, but shrugs it off knowing it's me she's dealing with. I've caused similar problems like this before. Takes my second book and puts it on the desk and makes me read my part. Now my friend that sat 2 chairs down from me was also reading Artemis at the same time as me. And with a quick look to me, he knew exactly what I was planning. He took it out and passed it over without hesitation. And I opened to random spot and just pretended like I was reading. At this point, it was just to mess with my teacher. So skip forward again, and my teacher sees me with the book again and says, "How many of those do you have?" I gave my smart A remark as enough. She took away that book too, but now at this point I was out of books and the rest of the class knew it. But the teacher didn't know I was out. So she continued with her lesson. Another friend of mine took 2 of her books and switched out to the Artemis books on her desk to make them look like they were still there. He passed the book slowly around the room one at a time until they were back to me. Then I took one out, opened to a random spot, and just kept it open, waiting to get caught. I silently signaled to a few people in class and they started laughing. The teacher looked at what they were laughing at and saw me with yet another book. She looked at her desk where there were seemingly 3 Artemis books and saw me with a 4th. She took it, walked back to her desk, put it down, turned around and saw me with the second book that got taken back on my desk. The teacher thought she was going to win this game, but underestimated my teamwork with my classmates. So the second she came over to me to take the seemingly 5th book, another classmate took back the other 2 books from the desk and split up, sending one to me one way and the other way. The teacher was very flustered and laughing hysterically at this point. We'll call you back, Quinn. And there was no more teaching going on. The entire class was also ballistic, trying to see who would win. It was just a game of how many books does this one 8th grader have. So at the end of class, she thought she had taken 11 books from me. I took pity on her and told her that what was really happening. I told her that I had already read the first book, and to all the teamwork that went on, we were laughing and making jokes. In the end, she agreed to let me read my own books as long as I kept track of the actual book we were reading. Meaning I asked the person next to me to tell me when it's my turn and they point out my spot to read, so I don't actually have to keep track. That's it. That's funny.
Okay, mine is police officer didn't give enough time to explain, but when he does, it's priceless. A police officer in a small town stopped a motorist who was speeding down Main Street, but officer, the man began. "I can explain, just be quiet," snapped the officer. "I'm going to let you cool your heels in jail until the chief gets back." "But officer, I just wanted to say, and I said to keep quiet, you're going to jail." A few hours later, the officer looked in on his prisoner and said, "Lucky for you that the chief's at his daughter's wedding and he'll be in a good mood when he gets back." "Don't count on it," answered the fellow in the cell. "I'm the groom."
Oh! Alright, so thank y'all for joining in today. Yeah.
I knew it.
This postal works, guys. This postal works. It works. Anyway, so pieces, and thank y'all for watching.
Subscribe.
Subscribe and tune in next week, baby.